Breaking news, unprecedented levels of pollution and plastics found in Antarctica. About 150 international researchers arrived in Cape Town following a 3-month-long expedition to Antarctica to study climate change. Chief Scientist David Walton says the journey combined 22 projects where land, atmospheric, and ocean research were undertaken. The scientists say the Antarctic region influences weather conditions and how oceans circulate around the world. The research project covers fields such as oceanography, climatology, and biology, traveling on the Russian research vessel, the Academic Tryoshnikov. 150 scientists from all over the world are looking for a breakthrough in understanding climate change in one of the most pristine regions on Earth. Now, the interesting thing is, when you do some more reading in that article, it talks about how they tested 20,000, or they brought back 20,000 samples, and unprecedented levels of microplastics and other toxins and chemicals and stuff that just shouldn't be there in one of the most forbidden locations on the globe. So I find that a little bit alarming. And if you want to research more about the actual ship that was used, here's a Wikipedia article on it. Pretty nice ship. I mean, this ain't your run-of-the-mill. It looks like they had this thing pretty well decked out. Now, also, the British Antarctic Survey is a government organization that's been around since 1962, and they carry out scientific research and surveys in the Antarctic. So let's not forget about the wonderful opportunity that people on the coast are going to have because of the Larsen C ice shelf that's the size of Delaware, essentially, on the verge of breaking off into the ocean. Now, once that happens, it's going to be like a pivotal point because that's going to allow other water. How do I put this? Well, I'm not going to be able to give you a good enough explanation on it. The research that I did essentially said that once that happens, water is going to circulate more into areas that's going to cause more of the ice to melt, essentially, eventually creating a completely new ecosystem. Now, here's another thing that kind of freaked me out, you guys, is I saw some images of the planet, the year 2000, in the year 2000. Remember that, Conan O'Brien? But the atmosphere in the Earth just looked so much healthier, darker blue, richer, pure, and now it's like this hazy, silverish blue, transhuman absorbed. It's pretty freaky. That's one thing that scared me more than anything as far as all the research that I've done today, and I've been doing a ton of research, and I shouldn't say scared me, but it definitely causes some alarms. Now, another thing that I find very interesting is if you look at the ozone and the enormous hole in the ozone, how come it's directly over the Antarctic? That's another thing that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, just because there's virtually no activity out there. I'm sure it has something to do with the wind currents and the gravity and the atmosphere and everything else, so please somebody bring me up to date on this. But wouldn't they, and I say they, I'm referring to the powers that be, those that control the stratosphere aerosol injections and are dealing with this geoengineering platform essentially to lower the temperature here on Earth, don't you think they would spend more time and money out there in the Antarctic trying to block the sun versus in areas that it wouldn't really be as effective as far as on a geological standpoint? I just don't understand that. So that's something that I just wanted to ask. Maybe you have an answer for me. But now what I'm going to do is we're going to go into... Here we go. Okay. So I want to show you the interesting thing about the research that was done here. So we're zooming in. This area is where this ice shelf is at, the size of Delaware. Now, Antarctica is actually larger than America and Mexico combined. It's huge. It's a lot larger. So when you zoom in here, let's take a look at what the area looks like. We'll just hit a quick picture here. Ah, there you go. There's an icebreaker. Click out of that. Let's find a better one. Wow, it's beautiful. Okay. So, see the area where the ice shelf is on the verge of collapse. It's called the Larsen C ice shelf. Now, these guys that were part of a 150 scientist crew just returned back to Cape. Let's go here. Sorry about this. Cape Town. So they just got back to Cape Town. And that's right around here. So as you can see, oh no, that's not Cape Town. I'm sorry. That's by Argentina. I'm way off. Cape Town is over here. That's why I wasn't getting it. So Cape Town's over here. South Africa. So as you can see, the distance, I'll bet you the way that this started, since it was such a long adventure, they probably started out there where the ice shelf is, and then they most likely traveled around and then ended up on the other side here. So the closest destination back home on the globe, ladies and gentlemen, and 99% of you know this, 99.99% of you, you can see right there, that's how they returned home. So I find that fascinating. This is really just hot off the press. This information just came out. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/clandestine Time Lord. Support our sponsors, getthetea.com, and check out Terra Vivos if you're looking for a awesome opportunity to own a piece of survival type insurance out there in South Dakota, not too far away from the Black Hills, Mount Rushmore area. Could be like a vacation bunker home for the summertime. Be the change you want to see.